Hello, I am Mrs. Hall, Mrs. Nashila Hall, and I will be your Common Core Math 1 teacher for the remainder of the year. My email address is nhall3, the number 3, at wcpss.net, should you need to email me for any reason. If you call the school for me, and you need to reach me and you call me during the school day, make sure you include your name, your child's name, how you can be reached, and a brief message detailing your concern. And I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. In my class, I have a few rules that I am expecting to be obeyed. I like classroom environments that's conducive to learning, and that's what I expect. All students are entitled to a safe learning environment. I will not allow students to engage in any activity or behavior that jeopardizes other students' physical or emotional safety. The following rules apply in our classroom. Be respectful. That includes being respectful to teachers, classmates, anybody who visits our classroom, or in case of my absence and I have a substitute. I expect for you to be respectful. This also includes not talking while I'm talking. If I'm talking, you're not. That's just a simple rule. Use of respectful speech when talking to the teacher or your classmates. There will be absolutely zero tolerance for any use of obscene language, name calling, or bullying. Touching of other people or other people's belongings is also not allowed and will not be tolerated. You should come to class prepared every day. You will need a 1-inch binder, loose leaf paper, graph paper, and pencils. You may also have pens for note times when you have to take notes in case you want to color code like I do when I take notes. Um, but it's not a requirement. But you should probably have a pen, especially because there may be some times where we may grade each other's work, um, just for just for perks, not necessarily for grading my grade book. Take care of your bathroom needs prior to class as well. I'm sure you have opportunities built into the schedule where you can visit the bathroom, get water, or whatever. And those are the times that you need to take care of those needs. If for some reason you have a medical condition or a medical condition that requires you to use the restroom more frequently than the schedule permits, then I will need a doctor's note stating that. No food, drinks, book bags, purses, or drawstring bags in the classroom. This just is to cut down on the clutter. Obey all school and classroom rules. You are responsible for the contents of your student handbook. Knowing what's in that handbook is your responsibility. Cell phones and all other electronic devices will be confiscated upon sight and turned over to administration. So keep those things in your locker and turned off. One rule of thumb, one golden rule is if you're not sure about a rule or procedure, ask before you act. Raising your hand and getting permission is probably the best thing you can do when you don't know what to do. I want to read this little blurb right here to you because it is very important. Any major violation of school rules that endangers the physical or emotional safety of anyone in the classroom will cause these steps to be bypassed and the student will be referred to administration immediately. I believe that students make choices about their behavior in the classroom. When the proper and appropriate behavior choices are made by students, the learning atmosphere in the classroom will be positive and safe. Learning will be able to take place and we will have a great time in class this year. This is my expectation for each and every one of my students. These content or objectives are things that were listed on the flyer that you received at the beginning of the school year, and it won't change. That's just what Common Core Math 1 teaches you. And these concept skills are things that you need to know throughout the year because you will continue to study functions and rate of change, solving equations, and measures of center and variable. These objectives are just things that you will be able to accomplish as a result of having had Common Core Math 1 and ways that taking this course will help you in life. This collaborative learning piece is very important because I love collaborative learning environments, but students tend to take those opportunities as their personal socialization time, and it is not that, and it will not be tolerated. It will not be used that way. Students will be expected to work together in groups throughout the year to investigate, explore, and have a deeper understanding of mathematical concepts as well as complete projects. You should always remain on task as there is zero tolerance for off task behaviors. The grading policy, my grading policy is a little different from what I saw on the flyer you were given at the beginning of the school year. Homework will not count or will not be a factor in your grade. Instead of classwork, investigations, and group work being 20%, as was stated in the flyer you received at the beginning of the school year, it will count 30%. And your summative assessments, which are your quizzes, tests, and projects, will count 70% of your grade. There will be retake opportunities for some tests, but there will be requirements prior to taking the retake. This page is for you to have signed by a parent. Make sure they signed and legibly print their name on the appropriate lines, and make sure this is returned to me ASAP. Thank you, and I look forward to teaching you this year, and I know that we're going to have a great time.